Hey everybody, starting off, we're hoping James shows up, but we don't know if he's going to. We're doing this late, because Leo had a schedule conflict, and I don't know if James misread my email to just not show up at all, or if he's going to just show up at the later time, or what's going on there. So this may just be me and Leo. That's in which case we won't cover some things on this list because some of those are mostly James topics. So if we can pull our happy-go-lucky Mormon away from mock Oktoberfest. I don't know what you call it when there's no booze in the root beer. It's like that's not the Oktoberfest I grew up with, man. The Oktoberfest I grew up with was...
Oh, we had that stuff. You can sing without getting drunk.
But it's not the same. I mean, who does sober... Okay, those of you watching, who does sober karaoke appeal to? I'm just saying, you know, half the point is being a little inebriated, let alone drinking signs.
American Idol wouldn't have had an audience if there wasn't some of that.
Does American Idol have an audience? I never watched it.
Used to.
I jumped like crazy. It's the only time I move quickly to get up and change the TV channel. When American Idol comes on, I'm like, no, I will not give this ratings. It's the only.
We're getting so off topic right now.
Hey, you know, I guess you can't have Oktoberfest without the booze. It's like
More Oktoberfest is somehow tech news.
It's just related to the other crap, but anyways, before we get started here, I want to explain the title to this episode. I have called it HP Sucks. Here's what happened. I so rarely find a notebook computer that I like the look of. That they've actually put the battery where it belongs, and they have the 9-cell battery, and yada yada and so forth. And it's a good thing. While I was picking up parts for somebody else, I saw a laptop on the retail shelf, and I've been in need of a new laptop now for probably about 2 years. I've been putting off getting it because I'm not really happy with any of the OEMs. All of them have something wrong with them. We know how I feel about Apple. And there's other ones with some good hardware, but it looks ugly. Then there's ones where it's good hardware, it looks good, but the company just sucks. Here is my little tale of woe with HP. I saw this, what should be a simple thing. I saw the product on the shelf. It was an AMD system. Like, they have to have an i3/i5 version of this thing. I know they have to. So I call HP. That was my first mistake. Calling HP. It's like, I should have known better. I really should have. I should have known better. But I called HP. And I asked this simple question. I gave the model number. I said, what's the Intel equivalent to this? They had a questionnaire of 6 questions for me. I said, I just have a simple question. What model am I looking for? What's the Intel version of this system? Sir, you have to answer our questions first. 3rd time. What is the model number? Please tell me so I know which one I want to buy. Sir, you have to answer our questionnaires. Ask it a 4th time, they don't even listen to me. Ask for a supervisor. They can't give me a supervisor without answering their questions. All of this through an Indian accent. So I hang up, call again, repeat the process. Because I had to give them the benefit of the doubt that maybe this person just hadn't been trained. When you call pre-sales, I expect them to answer simple pre-sales questions. No. So then I call corporate. Corporate's having technical difficulties and their whole phone system doesn't work. for 4 hours. And you know what's sick about this? I'm probably going to wind up buying the computer because I do like... A computer is an emotional thing, and when you find one that has the right weight and feel to it, it's like, even though the shot... Although I'm going to stick Linux on it. It's not going to be a Windows box. And I want to make sure the camera chipset works for Sun. Executive Escalations did call me back, but I mean, honestly, how many end users are going to go through Executive Escalations to ask a simple question about, yes, how do I give you money? I mean, let's honestly think at this. And this whole time, I forget his name, but the guy who's like, this is the problem with every fucking OEM right now. It is. I swear what we need to do when Bit comes back, and supposedly Bit's going to be free in a few weeks, so we can start doing shit again. I swear what we need to do is have the group of people that make up this channel go try and get good customer service out of all the OEMs. All of us. And just see what the hell we come up with. Because it's just... Because this is what... We're technical people. We have very simple questions. And they can't answer them. What the hell is going to happen to Grandma who doesn't have a clue, and the sales guy just goes, oh, you need this that costs $1,000 more. Grandma will buy it! Just because the sales guy told her.
Computer sales is dependent on ignorance right now.
It really is. It really, really is. And I'm going to get flack for saying this, but when I was at the store where I saw this thing, the guy who was selling people, he's actually like, oh, I love AMD systems. They're so much better than Intel. Followed immediately, although if you have to do any actual computing, Intel's better. I wanted to reach over, grab the guy, and go, buddy, what are you doing with the computer? Get this one. It's like and apparently that guy was getting a commission or something. I don't know, but that's just. Anyways, we've gotten off on my little rant. What do we want to start with today?
Just going to start myself by adding that, in my own personal experience, I've never had an HP product other than a printer work for more than, say, 2 months.
It varies. Honestly, the low-end HP stuff is crap. The mid-grade stuff,
the worst one that I ever had the misfortune of using was one of those old-school iPack things from like 2003.
Oh, this was before they merged with Compaq. Here's what happened. This kind of pissed me off. Compaq made great systems. They really did. When HP merged with Compaq or bought Compaq, all the good quality that was Compaq became HP systems. And all the shit that was HP became Compaq systems. So when you're buying an HP today, you're buying what was a Compaq back then.
Fair enough.
And that's the thing. But you still have the shitty HP customer service behind it. And that's the thing that makes my skin crawl. I love this system. I love the one I want to buy. It really is everything I've been looking for, both in form factor, weight ratio, the battery, and the peripheral, and everything I want. It's just, I'm like, at some point I'm going to have to call HP. And it's like, it's this close to talking me out of buying a system at all. Because I'm like, at some point I'm going to have to talk to HP.
I feel for you.
I'm like, but again, I feel the same way about Dell, to be quite honest. Because I got to experience Dell during that whole selling everyone a lemon phase. And they've actually cleaned up their act.
I have a Dell right now, and I'm actually very happy.
No. Dell's current systems are pretty good, and their customer service is actually shaped up a lot. But I still remember the Dell that on the one hand, was if people had their defective systems and they were a corporate client, the answer was, "Oh, sir, 60% of that line is bad. Send it, stick it in a box. We're sending you a replacement unit now." And if you were an end user standing alone without a corporation behind you, the answer was, make sure you make this take long enough that their warranty is voided so they're SOL. It's like, it was the night and day difference, and I got to see it firsthand because I was simultaneously dealing with corporate clients and customer clients, and I was seeing the night and day difference they were getting on the exact same model. I'm like, they're acknowledging there's a problem over here, they're pretending nothing's wrong over here, fucking the consumer. And I was just, I'm like, no. It's like, give me the phone. It's like, I was listening to him, I'm hearing, it's like, give me the phone. Unless you want me to call the frickin' district attorney and explain what you're frickin' doing, you're going to do what you're doing for corporate client X. And they're like, and I hand the phone back, and then they do it. But it's like, if you didn't know that shit was going on, you were getting shafted left and right by Dell there. That's like, so, and I know they've cleaned their act up now, and they're not buying refurbished parts and selling them as new anymore, but I knew that shit went on, and who's to say it isn't going to go on again? That's like, yeah, it's like, since we filled almost a damn part on this, while we're on this, can we think of an OEM that we are happy with? That's why I have half of mine we need to do the damn review and shout where they're all weak. Hello?
I actually didn't hear a thing you just said right there.
Yeah, you like froze or something. I was saying, since we've almost filled a whole part on this, and this is what I think we need to do collectively between all of us, a review at some point, pointing where they're on. But is there an OEM that really is good right now? I mean, it's kind of like when you're buying a computer today, you're getting to choose between the lesser of two evils or something. It's like there isn't anyone that's really good anymore.
I wonder though how System 76 is. I've heard about them. They've creeped up as like the Ubuntu seller, and so I'm curious about them. Haven't bought any of their stuff yet, but I'm curious.
Well, see, we should also do that too. We should compare Linux OEMs, Windows OEM, and Apple. We should compare them all. We should do a full-on, actual review of everything.
If only we could still throw SciStar in there to get Apple OEMs.
Well, Apple's never going to let that happen again until it's going to take a post Steve Jobs world for that to even be a reality. But the licensed OS X will not be legal in Steve Jobs as long as Steve Jobs is with Apple. Which is funny when you consider the fact that even Wozniak acknowledges that that was something that was a good idea and probably should be done.
Wozniak's a very different kind of person from Steve Jobs, though.
You're just figuring that out? It's like
no, not figuring this out. I'm just saying that I really wish that Steve Wozniak was how Apple shaped itself rather than Steve Jobs.
Well, Wozniak had the good common sense to largely get out, although he is still officially an Apple employee. Officially. I want that job.
He's an Apple fan still.
He's an Apple fan. I mean, it's a company he helped start. And really, if we're honest, Wozniak was the driving force behind early Apple. Right. It's like he was the coder, he was the son. Wozniak and the contributions Microsoft made are what got Apple off the ground. Now, Steve Jobs had the whole marketing thing down and all of that stuff. So it's not like he didn't contribute his share too. It took them both to get the company going. But that's not. But okay, that's it. When we get everybody back together in a few weeks here, we need to figure out to do that. Like, we need to do a full OEM roundup. We need to come up with criteria on what's important in a good OEM and see how every OEM measures against it. You know, customer service, answering your fucking questions without giving you the 18th degree, price, reliability, the whole ball of wax. Come up with an overall score for all of them. So